In a distant and mysterious land, there was a vast continent filled with kingdoms known as Ransei, a place where humans and Pokémon lived not just as friends, but as true companions in battle. Legends whispered that whoever could conquer every single kingdom would be able to summon the legendary creature that had created the region itself. And so, warriors from all corners of Ransei throw themselves into endless battles, clashing for territory, honor, and the ultimate prize, that legendary Pokémon. And just like that, Pokémon Conquest begins. The story kicks off in the kingdom of Aurora, and this is where the protagonist steps onto the stage. A young, inexperienced warlord with no background in war, but a spirit overflowing with courage. And before he can even settle in, surprise, the fiery neighbors from Ignis are already invading. Cornered by two enemy warriors, our rookie warlord seems doomed, until a mysterious girl jumps into the fray. She quickly teaches him the ropes of kingdom battles, turning the tide of combat. With her help, the young warlord pulls off his very first victory, driving the invaders out of Aurora. But there's no time to celebrate. Three youngsters step up and tell him the hard truth. If he wants to protect his kingdom and grow stronger, he needs to build an army. The only way to do that, challenge other kingdoms and expand. The mysterious girl reveals that her name is Oichi, and she decides to join the young warlord to guide him on his adventure. Without a moment's hesitation, the two set out toward their very first challenge, to conquer the blazing kingdom of Ignis. In the kingdom of Ignis, they were greeted by an energetic warlord, a guy with way more enthusiasm and patience. Even though he wasn't expecting rivals so soon, the warlord of Ignis accepted the challenge, and thus the very first great battle began. Both sides head into a battlefield that's practically a sea of flames, and the enemy's Pokémon move freely across pools of magma. But in the end, the young protagonist rose to victory. Soon after, a blonde warrior named Keiji shows up. He explains to the young warlord that across the kingdoms, there are special spots where other warriors can be found, and if they are defeated in battle, they could be convinced to join any army.
Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind?
Huh?
Eager to keep growing their army, the young heroes set their sights on Greenleaf. This lush kingdom is ruled by a cool-headed warlord, and Greenleaf is no ordinary field. It's a jungle gym of vines and tangled paths. Here, victory doesn't come from brute force alone, but from capturing the flags scattered across the battlefield. At last, after cornering his foes, the young warlord claims victory. What was once a wild, hostile forest now becomes part of his expanding domain. After conquering the forest of Greenleaf, the young warlord sets his sights on the next challenge, Fontaine, the Kingdom of Water. This land is ruled by a free-spirited warlord who may be laid back in attitude, but commands his water-type Pokémon with absolute mastery. The streams and channels slow down Pokémon that can't swim in this battlefield, leaving them as easy targets, while water-type Pokémon glide effortlessly through the currents. Luckily, grass types become the MVPs of the fight, cutting through rivals' forces and turning the tide in favor of the young leader.
Double kill.
But while our young hero was busy gathering allies and expanding his army, a dark shadow loomed on the horizon, the fearsome warlord Nobunaga. With a glare sharp enough to freeze anyone in their tracks, this conqueror had sworn to destroy the legendary Pokémon and rule all of Ransei, with an iron fist. His ambition knew no bounds, and soon, every kingdom in the land trembled at the mere mention of his name. After braving the waters of Fontaine, the young warlord of Aurora marches onto Violite, the electric-type kingdom where the storm never ends. Here, the battlefield belongs to a proud and disciplined leader. The stage itself is chaos. Towers and metal conductors scatter across the field, blasting out random lightning strikes. And these bolts don't care who you are, friend or foe. The terrain itself becomes a ruthless opponent. One wrong step, and there goes an ally fried by lightning. But this time, the young warlord's growing discipline shines through. With patience and clever strategy, he learns to control the electrified battlefield and slowly wear down opponent team until the storm itself bows before him.
No! No! Bruh.
Wait.
After weathering the stormy lightning of Violite, the young warlord of Aurora marches into the peculiar kingdom of Cresselia, the bug-type kingdom. At first glance, the battlefield looks like a calm, peaceful garden, but looks can be deceiving. Giant balls are scattered everywhere, and Pokémon can shove them around to smash into opponents. Here, brute force alone won't cut it. Victory belongs to the one who can read the board, adapt to the madness, and turn the battlefield itself into a weapon. In the end, with patience, strategy, and just a sprinkle of good luck pushing those rolling hazards, the young hero outlasts the chaos. The contender is defeated, and the kingdom of Cresselia falls. After outsmarting eccentric or cunning rivals, the young warlord marches into the mighty kingdom of Pugilus, ruled by a burly, straightforward warrior overflowing with pride. Right from the start, the difference is clear. Pugilus is a full-on battle coliseum. The battlefield is a grand arena with a central platform covered in flags that must be captured, forcing Pokémon into head-on clashes. No tricks, no hiding, just raw combat. But in the end, the young warlord proves that brains can outmatch brawn. Exploiting the enemy's weaknesses, he seizes control of the central arena and leaves the adversary with no choice but to surrender. After expanding across multiple kingdoms and solidifying his strength, the young warlord of Aurora makes a shocking discovery. From the northern lands, Nobunaga has been expanding his army, crushing everything in his path. By now, he already holds 8 kingdoms under his control. That leaves only 2 unconquered, the kingdoms of Terrera and Eligio, each ruled by formidable warlords who won't give in easily. Before, the young warlord of Aurora can even think about challenging the desert kingdom of Terrera, one of its general steps forward to put him to the test. The clash is fierce, but the hero rises to the occasion, defeating the proud general in combat.
Double kill.
True to his noble spirit, the defeated warrior acknowledges the greatness of the up-and-coming warlord and withdraws. After defending the Grand Colosseum of Pugilus, and even surviving a sudden invasion, our young warriors now set their sights on Terrera, the Earth-type kingdom. This land is ruled by a respected warlord radiating the aura of a seasoned leader who's seen countless battles. The battlefield here is a scorching desert filled with towering dunes. Victory depends on capturing the flags perched atop tall structures, but reaching the summit doesn't guarantee safety. The raging sandstorms can sweep a Pokémon right off the top, sending them tumbling back down into the dust. With all his hard-earned knowledge, he now faces a warlord who embodies stability, discipline, and the weight of true military experience. Upon his defeat, the warlord of Terrera reveals that he had already planned to join the young hero's army once the battle was done. At that very moment, another figure steps forward, the proud warlord of the Psychic-type kingdom. Impressed by the fierce clash he just witnessed, the warlord of Illusion declares that he wishes to stand alongside the rising warlord too. But the celebration is cut short. Before their very eyes, the main antagonist makes his dramatic entrance. Nobunaga, accompanied by his majestic Pokémon. With a glare that chills the air, he turns to Oichi, questioning her choices and scolding her for siding with the enemy. Before departing, Nobunaga delivers his message loud and clear. He'll be waiting for them in the kingdom of Dragnor. With that, he vanishes. It's then that Oichi reveals the shocking truth. Nobunaga is her brother, and he must be stopped before his dark ambitions consume all of Ransei. The time has come to weaken Nobunaga's forces, and so our young heroes set out to conquer every kingdom under the Dark Emperor's control. Their first stop, Avia, the kingdom of flying types. Here, the enemies rule from above, turning the skies into their personal ambush zone. The battlefield is packed with floating platforms, where mobility is everything, and flying Pokémon reign supreme. But the young warlord is no stranger to tricky terrain. With careful strategy and clever use of the cramped spaces, he clips the wings of his opponents one by one, clearing the skies and securing victory.
You're despicable.
Next, the heroes march into Crag Spur, the kingdom of rock types. This battlefield is nothing but cliffs and steep slopes, where enemy Pokémon shove massive boulders downhill to crush intruders. It's an arena built to break the unprepared, but the young warlord isn't about to back down. With determination and sharp tactics, he breaks through the stony defenses, carving a path straight through the rock-type army and proving that even the toughest walls can be toppled.
Oh my goodness! No!
Stupid dog! You taken!
Hadouken!
The next target is Viperia, the poison-type kingdom, where an old rival returns. The warlord of Ignis shows up once more, this time with his evolved Pokémon and ready for revenge. The battlefield here is a toxic maze filled with poison swamps that sap the strength of any Pokémon foolish enough to step on them. But even in such a venomous arena, the young heroes press forward. With courage and persistence, they outlast the foe forces and claim yet another victory.
Big Bang Kamehameha!
Senpai!
Next up is Yaksha, the Dark-type kingdom, one of the most shadowy and mysterious realms in all of Ransei. The battlefield here is especially tricky. But that's not all. Yaksha comes with a cruel twist. At random moments, a Pokémon can be whisked away from the team fight, leaving its team suddenly outnumbered and scrambling to adapt. Still, with sharp vision and just a dash of luck, the young hero turns the tables. One by one, he dismantles the enemy's schemes, corners the dark types, and proves that even in the shadows, victory can shine through.
Are you crazy?
Huh?
Before the heroes can even celebrate their victory, a mysterious figure steps out of the shadows. His name is Mitsuhita. He delivers both a warning and a threat. The next three opponents aren't just any warlords, they're Nobunaga's closest allies. That means the battles ahead will be tougher than anything faced so far. After leaving his ominous message hanging in the air, Mitsuhita vanishes. Our adventurers now face the first of Nobunaga's close allies, hidden away in Valora, the Steel-type kingdom. The battlefield here is one of the toughest yet. The young warlord's army is split into two groups at opposite ends of the map, forcing him to rely on a perfectly balanced team just to survive the enemy's encirclement. To make things even trickier, giant mechanical gears constantly open and close the narrow paths of the arena. One wrong step, and a Pokémon can end up trapped with enemies with no escape. But the hero, by predicting enemy movements and striking at just the right moments, he breaks through the ironclad defenses, proving that even the toughest steel types can be brought down. The second of Nobunaga's close allies awaits in Spectra, the Ghost-type kingdom. Here, the battlefield is as eerie as it is tricky. Statues block movement at every turn, while spectral flames drift about, inflicting random negative effects on any Pokémon they touch. The enemy's plan isn't to win quickly, but to confuse and isolate intruders, then strike like an unavoidable shadow. But the young hero has learned to read even the most chaotic battlegrounds. With sharp instincts, he anticipates the ghostly tricks, seizes on a positioning mistake, and turns the tables. By surrounding the enemy, he claims victory, dispersing the dark haze that seemed to swallow the field.
No! No!
Bruh. Wait.
And so, the warlord of Aurora marches into Nixstorm, the Ice-type kingdom, where Nobunaga's right hand awaits. The battlefield is a frozen nightmare. Deep snow slows down any Pokémon not used to the cold, while slick sheets of ice send them sliding way past where they meant to stop. One wrong move, and a Pokémon can end up helplessly exposed to a brutal counterattack. The heroes try to hold their formation, but the constant sliding keeps shuffling their positions like a slippery puzzle. That's when the young warlord turns the battlefield to his advantage, using the ice itself to send his Pokémon gliding into perfect attack spots, striking at just the right moment to deliver the finishing blow. At long last, the army of Aurora storms into Dragnor, where none other than Nobunaga himself awaits. With a chilling glare, he warns that he won't hold back, not even against his own blood, if it means achieving his ambitions. His forces are a fearsome squad of dragon-type Pokémon, unleashing raw power in a relentless offensive. The battlefield is a daunting temple, with a single narrow passage that forces combatants into direct collision. The margin for error is razor thin. One slip, and the entire formation could crumble. Yet the young warlord keeps his cool, striking with sharp strategy and fearless resolve. Bit by bit, he exploits the dragon's weaknesses and manages to cut Nobunaga off from his mighty army.
John C.
And then, the unexpected happens. Nobunaga simply retreats, his booming laughter echoing across the battlefield, as if this had been just a warm-up. Once the young warlord finally unites all of Ransei, a blinding light bursts from the peak of the Infinite Tower in Dragnor, casting its glow across the entire region. With no time to lose, our heroes march toward the summit. At the very top, they come face to face with none other than Arceus, the mighty creator of Ransei itself. The legendary Pokémon doesn't waste words. It demands that the young hero prove himself worthy and forge a link with it. The protagonist rises to the challenge and earns the blessing of a legend. Just like that, Arceus lends its divine strength, turning the hero into a true force of destiny. The awe of the moment skyrockets when Nobunaga storms to the peak of the Infinite Tower, this time not alone. By his side stands another fearsome dragon, the Black Incarnation, even stronger than the one before. And as if that wasn't enough, his most loyal followers charge in as well, ready to unleash the grand final battle against the young hero who now fights with none other than the creator of Ransei itself. This dark dragon is the heart of Nobunaga's strategy. Its terrifying range, devastating power, and sky-high mobility make the battlefield feel like there's no safe corner left. With every move, Nobunaga tightens his grip, blending raw power with absolute control, as if the entire tower bent to his command. The clash pushes both sides to their limits, the tower trembling under the weight of every blow. But at last, with one perfectly timed, all-out coordinated strike, the colossal dragon crashes down in defeat. The impossible has been made possible.
NANI?! Shotgun!
At long last, victory in the Infinite Tower seals the fate of the continent. Nobunaga, standing tall amidst the ruins of his ambition, doesn't show rage, despair, or bitterness. Instead, there's something unexpected gleaming in his eyes, respect and recognition. Then, with a calm yet weighty voice, Nobunaga reveals the truth behind his crusade. For countless years, the warriors of Ransei have been caught in endless battles, each one chasing the power of the creator Pokémon. One by one, warriors lost themselves, no longer seeing their Pokémon as partners, but as mere tools of war. That was when Nobunaga made his decision to conquer every kingdom, find the legendary Pokémon, and destroy it, so that no one could ever wage such meaningless battles again. The young hero, moved by his words, returns each castle to its rightful warlord, but not without a pact. Together, they vow to create new rules to protect the Pokémon of Ransei, ensuring they are never again treated as weapons. As for Nobunaga reflects on his journey, From the summit of the Infinite Tower, he gazes across all of Ransei, and for the first time in a long time, a smile graces his face. Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey through Pokemon Conquest. If you enjoyed this adventure, don't forget to leave a like and share your thoughts in the comments. Until the next adventure, see you soon, Warriors of Ransei.